Well, let's start off today. I would like you all to take a deep breath and get present, very present. Wiggle your toes, put your hands on your knees. Another deep breath and feel, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself. How do you feel? Another deep breath. How's your clarity of thought? You thinking about all the stress? Get present right here for just a minute. Now, this number that you have between 1 and 10 in your head about how good you feel right now, what caused you to be this number? What are the contributing factors to how you feel right now, how you're showing up in your life and today? There's some factors we have no control over, so it doesn't do much good for us to talk about those. There's a lot of factors we have full control over, and that's the good news. Most of all the factors that determine how good we feel and how healthy we are in our full control. Raise your hand if you'd like to be in control. Yes! I do too. We like to be in control. Okay, so you guys raise your hand and tell me, what are the factors? There's 5 main factors I have in mind. What are the main factors that determine how good we feel?
Friends. Attitude.
Attitude, what were you saying?
Friends.
Friends, attitude, good. Those weren't even on my list. Those are excellent.
Lack of sleep.
Yes, sleep. Very the most basic ones that I was thinking. Sleep is one. How much control do we have over our sleep?
Not 100%.
Right. So sleep has a lot of factors. If we get ourselves to bed at 10 o'clock and wake up at 6 o'clock perfect every day, get our body on our circadian rhythm in an excellent, healthy pattern, then sleep can get better and better. And there's a lot of things you can study, but down deep basic, we have control over what time we climb into bed. Now, our mind may be busy, we may not sleep immediately deeply, but we do have control. If we put that as our goal to do really good at sleep, there's several things we can do to make ourselves be better at sleep. Raise your hand if you give yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on sleep. Good for you.
I get no sleep. Yeah.
Points for you guys. I have room for improvement in that area because I get thinking and I get busy and I probably should work on that. So I have control over that. So sleep. Okay, what's the next big thing we have control over?
Food.
The way we
Our nutrition, what we do or don't eat or drink, right? What we do or don't eat or drink. Now, there's a small bit in our society, in our culture today, the food that's available at the grocery store or the restaurants, some things we don't have control over. The modern food production has, because of marketing and government and all kinds of other factors, we don't have a lot of control over some of the things that goes into the availability of some of the food, right? But what part do we have control over?
Choice.
Our choices. When we have a couple of choices and we see one has more chemicals and it has this factor and that factor, and one of them is more fresh and good for whatever other reasons. Whenever we have 2 choices, we can purposefully choose the better choice, right? We have 2 things to drink. We learn about, we want to drink the thing that will help us to be alkaline and to be strong with energy, right? So we have choice over that. You guys raise your hand if you like having a choice in the matter. Right. Okay, I'm glad you do. So eating, sleeping, exercise. What we do or don't do with exercise. Our bodies are created to move. Our metabolism and cell function all has to have movement in order to get it to go. So however much time each day you're sedentary or moving, you have control over. Now, some people who have a job that is a sitting down job, they just have to set up in their schedule and somehow park your car really far away and walk farther, or take the stairs, or before you go to work in the morning, do your little, whatever happy exercise you enjoy doing. But you have control over if you give your body that exercise that it needs in order to function, right? So there we go, we have control over that. And I encourage you guys to figure out where in your life the happiest, most fun swimming or biking or basketball or jogging or whatever fun exercise you enjoy, dancing, yoga. There's 100 choices. Environmental. Some things in our environment we don't have control over, the pollution or the plastic and the fumes and here and there in our car and in our home. Some things we don't have even control over, but we do have control over some things. We can make sure that we get some sunshine and fresh air each day. Even in the winter we can go outside and get a little sunshine. We have control over what environment we purposefully give to our health to have. So I can see my time is getting shorter, so I'm going to skip forward. The other thing is stress. When we know what big stresses we have going on in our life, if we think about it and step back and try to get our energy spent more wisely and plan ahead, then we can do better in stress to the level that we have a control over it. These are not things that are new to you. I'm just reminding you the good news that you have control over 90% of the factors that cause all sickness, ailments, and disease. You can control most of it, and just like Sherlock Holmes, and you get out your magnifying glass, when there's some kind of symptom or a pain or something happening in our health and something happens, you stop and you look at the factors. You look at the cause. The symptom is not the problem. It's a result of the problem, the cause. So you need to take a deep look at all the things you have control over and the factors you can choose, and make some changes. Look around at what might have been causing this sickness or ailment that you want to take care of, and take control. Do something, make a change, and see what you can do to fix that. Instead of just managing and taking care of putting a Band-Aid on the surface, think about what the cause is that was leading to it, and take ownership, take control over doing that. And I can see my time is up, so the big finish I have to just do in the next speech, I do. I encourage you to take control, to be proactive, to act and not be acted upon, to not be a victim of all these things that make your health bad, but instead look at what you have control over, take some steps, and feel great. Be on a scale of 1 to 10, be a 10.